Alright, so welcome back to Big Money Inc. and our take 2 on the communications satellite that we're trying to launch. That in the last episode was a total failure. So, that being said, here is take 2. And I've been thinking a lot at our ship design, our previous ship design that was failing so bad. So it's right here. I'm going to load it. And I'm thinking that I got too much crap up here. Too much crap and not enough actual movement. Not being able to move all that much. So I was thinking of possibly adding a capsule to take advantage of the extra reaction wheels from it. Now I want 4 of these. Still want to keep the basic design. Hopefully now the top portion will be strong enough to actually hold it in the line we want and not actually have it flip. We got more aerodynamics on here. I've been feeling that this tank is maybe a bit small for this stage, but we do have the 4 others. But just gonna kick it up a little notch, redo my fuel. That all seems great. We got a smaller stage down here, but that means that we're just gonna go so much faster off the start. The real issue is getting there. Once we're there, we can do whatever. We don't have no RCS, but we have fuel and we have pretty efficient engine. So I'm tempted to try this how it is, these little tweaks. If I could check out the crew, they added me a pilot, Valentina. Now that would just be 3 Kerbals. So yeah, I'm going to remove Valentina. I'm going to keep Bill and Jeb just because. And still had our action groups. Number 1 toggles our antennas on the probe. Number 2 toggles the thermal controls on the entire ship and the probe. So we could totally try this. Everything seems pretty symmetrical. Not sure how it's going to go, but we won't know till we try. We're at 86 grand. Not worried about the money, I'm worried about my space crew. Already had that one incident, so I'd rather not repeat it. Okay, something's off. The ship is rotating on itself. So I think I should have strapped it. Let's see where our target. We're dead on it. Let's try that. Oh. Yeah. Let's see what happened. Can't be worse than previous attempts. But I'm pretty sure the fact that I don't have any fairings to close this off affects the ship a great deal. Seem to be okay for now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And we're tilting. This design just won't work. I think it's all those parts at the top giving it too much drag. So, yeah. These guys are going to die if we don't do anything. Let's hope nothing hits us. Oh, poop. Still spreading more shit in the ocean around the space center. That place is going to be littered with debris. And I'm pretty sure I killed off a good portion of the wildlife with all the fuel. Well, most of it is oxygen and water, hydrogen. So, yeah. Shit. We ditched the probe once again. Okay, back to the drawing board. Let's scrap this design completely. I'm happy I didn't put no other astronaut in the other capsule, or else they would have died. Okay. Yeah. Not the start I would have wanted, but can't have everything. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's our solar panels and everything that's throwing off our ship, because we did launch one similar to this design earlier in the life of the Space Center, but now I'm guessing we have to completely redesign this. So I'm still going to take the same name. I'm gonna keep my first stage. I'm gonna scrap it from this point. That's our probe. That's what we want to get up there. We don't have no fairings or anything, and the payloads that we do have are clearly too small to contain our probe. So we're going to put it at the tip of our ship. So well, you know what? Now I think about it, we might be able to change setup down here. If we go with only 4 and then use a set of fins, we got new fancy tail fins that we purchased, so let's do that. Now let's just drop these a little notch. That might be a bit too low. So here we go. Since the ship was spinning on its own. Need to be bracing it with these before the launch. So let's try it this way. Now we still got our little funny mods, but now we got Valentina with us. So just before we launch, is there a crew in here? No crew down there. So if we ditch that stage, we'll be okay. Okay. Let's make sure all these legs are on the same stage as the engine firing. And the rest seems pretty okay. Might have to split that one for we don't notice or we forget and do a boo boo. Okay, so let's do this. Now we probably lost our target, our chance. Well, we could just go the other way. That would make not comfortable doing that, so I'm just gonna wait for it to come around. Oh shit, we overdid it. Wasted a day. Ah, my impatience keeps getting me. So let's just leave it at that one and not go at the other one. So yeah, let's try this and just see what happens. Not using any mech jab or any designs I pre-tried. Oh, something bad happened. I think the fins hit the side on the start. But let's see if we can try and restore our tilt. Okay. Now you might notice my SAS light blink from time to time. The system kind of like these things disappear and everything. That's me resetting where I want it to actually lock for its heading. And on my hot ass I placed it onto one of my thumb. Oh, we had an explosion. We've destroyed a fin and we're losing it. And nope. Let's try and salvage this. A little bit too late. Those fins were keeping us straight. Okay, in the respect of saving time, I'm just going to revert this. And I guess be changing these from over the fin, since I'm pretty sure these are what hit the fins. There we go. If I put them there, we shouldn't get that weird knock that we got at the start. Everything should fire straight. Okay, so let's get our target once again. I am not proving to be very capable in this department. I would like to say that I am quite lacking in the technology. I need more science, so I might need to do more missions to the moon. Now that might be interesting since I have the bigger lander can and the bigger capsules. I want this just a tad higher. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna throttle 3/4. And guess we're good. Let's see what happens. There we go. Didn't get that weird knock. We launched straight and all our fins are still on, so we could floor it. Or maybe not even floor it since we know what happens at high speed flip. Could just hold it back and let it climb. But we're going to be losing our delta V now, but I wanted to clear this step, then I'll floor it. Just to be safe, I'm going to lock it onto the program. Now since we're clearing that step, I am flooring it. Right now, our only issue is clearing the atmosphere. Okay, there goes our four solid boosters. This time they did knock off the fins, and we're still going. But we're losing speed, and the engine is at maximum. So hopefully our last stages can do the job on their own. So yeah. Let's just... Now since we're practically clear of the atmosphere, I can do my maneuvers that I need to, not worry about actually tumbling with the ship, since there's basically no more atmosphere around me. Well, almost none. There's still some. But not enough to tumble us like it did earlier on. And now that our stage is done, we're actually starting to gain some speed. And here we go. Next stage. Okay, so now I set it for the target vector. Let's just see how fast we can go with the middle stage. All the first one's gone. Do feel like we wasted a bit of fuel this one. Comms are out, and there's our thermal control. And that's gears, lights. It's a bigger ship. Crew have 2 capsules to actually go in communicating between one another. Yes, it could be multi-purpose, not just sending probes, but at this point I'm having so much issues actually getting up here that I don't think I'm going to use it that much. Now, our stage is messed up. Now even at maximum, we're still struggling to get speed, so yeah, this last stage is just crap. Absolute crap. Okay, I'm reverting to the assembly. I just don't have the patience to deorbit it and restart, so I'm scrapping these. Definitely. Guess I could keep the bottom, but kick this stage up a bit. It's already having issues getting up. Well, now since I took all that fuel off the top, we got about 700. That's not a lot. That could be abusive, but what the hell. Here we go. And on this middle stage, I'm gonna add one of these. So hopefully that will solve all of our problems. Okay. I'm just gonna go for it. Floor it off the start. We're already turning all on our own. Weren't going fast enough for the fins to do anything. Okay, so we're going a lot faster. Since quite high up, I'm going to lock into this. And we got clean separation. We're still losing speed. But we didn't lose as much as the last launch. So far I'm surprised that this is the first mission that I've really been struggling on for now. And all the other ones that I thought that were gonna be like crazy hard weren't so bad. That's probably poor ship design. Pretty sure it's that. a little bit too ambitious for the technology I have at the moment. And we're gonna be ditching that stage once it's empty. Firing the next one. Here we go. Moving much faster now. Got a little bit more fuel in that stage. So hopefully it's gonna be able to push us along pretty good. If not, then I'll have to shorten out the top part. Probably use a smaller capsule with less astronauts. But since I got Valentina here and Bill, these guys are still gonna get experience for the spaceflight. And right now our station that we put in orbit, that forgot to put comms and everything on, well, they're still collecting science with their science lab. They're still doing science stuff. So another advantage of that science lab is you can actually level up your Kerbals and stuff when you're on missions, like long missions away from Kerbal. Right now we're just doing like the baby missions. Like, the biggest struggle right now is getting our science to develop, but I'm pretty sure there would be a lot easier way to do that. I've seen guys do a lot of science like crazy runs, but I'm not that guy. So yeah, seems to be working somewhat. Still don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it off with this design. Maybe, maybe. We'll see. I'm pushing a lot of weight though. Those two capsules. I don't even need the bottom one. I'm not even sure why I brought it along at the fins this time. Seem to be getting our speed. It's gonna make our maneuvers limited. Not sure how well I'm going to be able to pull off. Okay, let's throttle down. Okay. Poop. Yeah. Well, if I can get the proper direction, but now we're completely effing up our approach. Get an encounter there and we have a 4-second burn. So if we get into the target and we just burn. The probe has an engine, so if we can just send the probe and let the probe do the rest, it ain't that bad. But if everything runs out of fuel, then we're still in trouble. Okay, it wasn't a 2-second burn. They lied. We might be doing it tight. But we're completely turning our orbit. I'm pretty sure we're going to be running out of fuel. I need better technology. Gotta follow my marker. We have an encounter, but at what cost? At a big cost. Okay. If we don't slow our asses down, we're going on a ride around the sun. So if I slow down just a little bit, will we lose our encounter? Hopefully not, but whatever. Just gonna go for it and see what happens. And I'm pretty sure I'm getting some conflicting numbers here because I still have a fuel tank at the nose with the probe. Okay, let's see if we can change our trajectory here a little bit before we ship that probe. Please come back here. Stay within Kerbin's sphere of influence. Oh boy. We are out of fuel. Can always use the last tiny bits that we have from the probe. But we have to enable crossfeed. Enable it here. Should be able to transfer fuel. Okay, not much. Really not much. So this mission is officially a failure. Much will it slow us down? Not enough to stay within the system. Ah, here we go. But would it be enough to drop us? How much will we need at the top to actually go back home? A little bit too much. So, okay, in the interest of wanting to save time, I'm reverting back to the assembly. And I am scrapping a portion of this ship. We have the fins, we don't need the second capsule. We just need to better plan our launch, not at the last second, so we can save fuel. I kinda do want to piggyback some tanks for this last stage. But that would just add weight. We got rid of a capsule, we had issues with the ship flipping. Let's just try with better planning. But, whoa boy. But I really do not want to come back to the same conclusion where we have another failed attempt. Let's bring this more to the right, so we won't have to flip our orbit as much as we did last time. Okay, let's leave that there. Let's do it here. Hopefully the fins and everything else will do their job. Something dragging us to one side. Not sure what, but it won't be much of an issue for much longer. Because we're pretty much through the rough part of the atmosphere. upgrade and hopefully be able to catch a little bit of a tilt. Let the gravity turn just happen and send us towards our target vector and then lock it there. But now we are gaining speed, which is a good thing. Just getting there, getting the speed to get there with enough fuel to do what we have to do. I'm surprised at how well that rescue ship turned out and had so much trouble with this design. Okay. Let's see, if I turn on thermals, they should help keep that first engine cool. Okay, so far so good. Okay. As soon as I pass on the dot, I'm going to lock on it and line up with it. Alright. This launch is going better than the last one. But I might still run out of fuel and just waste time. But we wouldn't learn anything by not trying anything. And right now I'm trying to learn how to send this probe up with a crew. The only reason why I absolutely want to use a crew is because I get all these perks from having my pilot. I don't have the instruments to go an unmanned probe that has these. So yeah. It seems like we're going to have a lot more fuel to spare on this run. But probably putting those extra tanks on this ship and the rest would have probably helped. Okay, let's do a maneuver to save fuel. Are we lined up? Pretty well lined up. Just move this here. And here we go. So we're just going to line this up. Head to our maneuver node. Well, time warp to our next maneuver. Do our burn. And this seems a lot more promising than the last attempts. I will finally be able to move on to something else. And we are going to get some science out of the completion of these contracts. Okay, so we're gonna start our burn. And I'm not going to even bother to try to run after that maneuver node. Just going to leave it as is. Do my burn. And here we go. It turned purple. We don't need this no more. Can warp to our encounter or just warp closer. So we can actually zoom in and see the line. Not over warp our deal. So now we shall be dropping this probe off, and then it won't need us no more to do the rest. So these guys are at 425.9, 289.8, and this is at 216. So let's put this one at 289.8 if we can. Whoa. 322. 260, yeah, whatever. Close enough. So let's lock into our retrograde vector. Let's start slowing down. And after that, we'll be able to release the probe. And send these guys back home. So, yeah. Alright. Feeling a lot more confident about this one. 289.8. Now we're at 294.5. 289.8. Well, okay. So I still need to save fuel for this, but I'm not sure how efficient my probe stage is gonna be, and I still want it to have enough fuel to be able to deorbit once I'm done with it and I'm ready to upgrade. Ah, poop. Ran out of power. Where's the sun? Sun's hidden behind the ship. Can we retract these? Yes, we can. Let's see if I can shimmy it around. Just going to, there we go. And that should get our solar panel to get some charge. There you go. I'm gonna lock it here. That keeps the panel exposed. Battery should charge up. Once I have a proper charge, I'll be able to set into my retrograde. Well, we're on our way out because of that burn we did. What you want, Tom? Okay. I'll have to take a couple of seconds. My cat wants to go outside, so if you'll excuse me, I will be right back. Okay, I took care of the cat. Battery's still charging, so let's drop our orbit some more. Won't cost us that much at this point. And at the same time, we're charging batteries with the burn. Stick around here for a bit. Won't release the probe right away since it's got the panels. I'm gonna use a good portion of it to charge the ship's batteries before I release it. Okay, so since this is like an intercept point, I'm going to add my maneuver here as close as I can. Come on, stupid node. Here we go. Add maneuver. And I shall basically be using this to get the satellite into position. No, I just need to do this. That looks pretty good. I'll have that much to burn, so let's keep an eye on which way we're aiming so we're actually charging batteries still. Okay. So could I expose 2 panels to the sun? I think I can. Sun is over there, so there we go. So yeah, you got a bit of time before the next maneuver hits us, so I guess we could time accelerate. Battery is actually filling up. Turned off the thermal control, so that's not sucking the juice out of our ship. Ship's not really that big to really need to have thermal controls. With the bigger ships, what happens is you start seeing these parts just like overheat. You're not doing anything, you're just floating in space, and your parts just start overheating and exploding off your ships. That's why you need thermal controls, but doesn't seem to be happening now. No parts are turning red or nothing. Not even the batteries on the probe. So okay, our batteries are pretty much gonna be full. Once they're full, we're gonna warp to our next maneuver, which is in 2 hours at this point. And drop this probe and head home. Okay, so orbit's a little bit off. Whoops. Woo. Ah, too much, too much, too much. Want to do a little correction and you end up doing a big one. And you can use the wheel of your mouse to do minute corrections. Warp to next maneuver. Pretty much locked on it, so we're draining a portion of our battery. Okay. So yeah, I need to do my burn a little bit lower. Crap. I don't want to redo my maneuvers, so I'm just gonna wait till I'm a little bit past it to correct. Okay. Start burning here. Slow down my burn. Make sure everything lines up nicely. And here we go. Boom. But now, for us to actually complete contract, well, the two contracts we need to transmit some science, so add a thermometer on here. We get a bunch of science from here. So let's send out what we can, and let's recover what we can for the crew. So I guess for us to recover it, we need to spacewalk. So I'm gonna send Bill. Jeb's gonna be holding the ship stable. Okay, we want to do small maneuvers once we actually get close enough not to break anything. Oh, poop. Got too far. Take data. Okay. Bill took our data. Gonna take that chance to take an EVA report. Assess our situation. Everything looks good. Nothing broken. So if something would be broken, Bill would be the one to do it. Oh, so let's grab a hold of the capsule and let's board. Okay, so first contract's done, and now we need to release our probe. So I hope our force here was still at 0. So couple. Yes, our force is still at 0. So now we can switch to the actual probe, turn its engine on, just give it, well, we just did our contract to get it away from the ship. Let's just give it a little touch of engines. There we go. Probes away. So we got our first communication probe. Now let's return back to the ship. We don't need to fiddle around with that probe no more. It's there, it's doing its thing, and yeah. Before, I'm just going to turn on the thermal control. Here we go. Boom. So that part's done. Now to get these guys back home on what fuel we have left. Now we got the, well, this line, which is the communications uplink, and it shows us where Kerbin is. If we'd be to burn here, we'd be going out into space, so I want to burn somewhere along here. So I'm gonna get into the program. Yeah, I'm gonna warp a little bit more, and I'm gonna do my return burn here. I'm gonna burn just a little bit, because I still don't have the big enough heat shields for these capsules. So I basically need to save enough fuel to slow myself down before I re-enter. Okay, So we get to see everything that's in communications with the probe we just dropped. Everything's green, so the antennas are good. We could actually send rovers and remote controlled stuff up here and be able to control it now. So now we need to head back to Kerbin, so retrograde and slow ourselves down. Now we're back with our mid-miss encounter. Okay. So we're nearly at the height to be able to aero brake. But without the heat shields, it's kinda risky to do. So hopefully using the engines to, well, the remainder of our fuel will be able to slow us down enough to actually survive our re-entry. Okay, since we're moving so slowly, I'm going to, okay, I cannot even auto warp that far. So let's just wait till we lose our mid-miss encounter and continue on our retrograde burn. Whoa, a little bit too much. Just a tiny bit. Don't want to come too steep through the atmosphere. That could very well be disastrous. So at 49,000 meters, I'm comfortable. Going to time warp down there. And hopefully everything goes well for the rest of this mission. Okay, so we're gonna get in that retrograde vector once again. Kerbin is pulling up, and it's this time again. Alright, so let's do our burn, because coming in way too fast. So I'm just going to open it up, burn everything I got. Hopefully that will be enough for Jeb. The engine should act kind of like a heat shield. engine can take a lot more heating than any other part on the ship. So we'll take advantage of that given our present situation. Here we go. This worked beautifully. We dropped off enough speed to safely re-enter. Now we can ditch this tank, but since I don't want to deploy the chute at the same time as get rid of the tank, check my staging. Since the camera already went all apeshit and everything, well, that engine should be hitting Kerbin sometime very soon. So yeah, this mission was a struggle, but we got it done. And there you have it. It'd be cool if we could land in that weird little lagoon or bay. Land on the beach. Either the beach, the cliffs, or the water. I'm pretty sure we're going into the water. There's our engine. Engine just blew up. Looks like these guys are heading to the beach. Right, got time accelerate till we can recover them. Be able to take a crew report here. Hey, you can see my house from here, I think. Let's keep that. Hopefully that's gonna be another notch in our tech tree. Because we need new technology, better engines, better everything, so badly that I'm struggling at launching these bigger ships. They're not even that big. Splash. Cover. And we've done our 2 contracts with a good deal of science. There you go, 153. So, if we take a look at our tech tree, what can we afford? There's miniaturization, but a little bit too late for that. 160 for these parts, solar panels. The bigger engines and everything are here. You get the main cell. Smaller engines. Bigger fuel tank with RCS tanks for 150. Could we get better command? Well, we could get the RCS on this tank here, so I'm gonna grab this one. And still not enough for these parts, so I'm gonna try and do another Minmus science mission. Oh, got a part here. Let's recover that. There are more that we see. Cover more parts around the space center. So let's see what kind of contracts we have. Explore Duna. Fly by Duna. Now sign this waiver. Would be a great opportunity for science. But we could also try this one again. Yeah, I'm going to retry. I'm gonna go for a landing on Minmus and a whole different ship design. Alright, so I will be ending this episode here and probably doing the next one later on today. But if you enjoyed, then subscribe if you want to see more. Drop a like, leave a comment, and thank you for watching. Sorry for being so sucky at this. First time I had so much trouble with it. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching. Goodbye.